what is her name? The queen,
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett. Right. She did an amazing job.
Amazing.
And tearing down this black film, when are you going to build up some of these black, people in the film? I'm not taking my, okay, well, they're going to miss out on this woman doing a fabulous role.
I mean, that's a moot point for them. But here's my thing: a lot of people, I've seen some intelligent conversations held by Tom and Jerry cartoons about the black people were Jerry the Mouse and Tom the Cat were white people. I'm like, it's a Tom and Jerry cartoon. What the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And
they're gonna correlate. They're gonna correlate everything to whatever they're trying to get across.
I've seen people take a good number of movies and make a correlation to it about race and different political things. And I'm not that person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not the person who's going to look at, like I said, I don't look at everything and try to read the sands and try to predict the future and get all the correlation out of everything. Sometimes the rose is just a rose. Sometimes the thing is just.
Oh no! We're going back into slavery. You didn't see what they did in that movie. We're going back in slavery.
I know, but the thing
some people just.
But the thing about it is
too smart for their own goods. They're so smart, they're idiots.
Yeah, I know. The thing about it is that sometimes we just get to a point where when it comes to ourselves, when we see images of ourselves, we only want to see it in a certain way. And if anything doesn't go that way, then it's wrong. We only want to see ourselves as kings and queens, even though there's some people that act less than king and queen. You know what I'm saying? It's just the facts. There's not everybody is not, it can't be held at that high standard because they don't want to be at that high standard.
Well, I think you know what the point to be made is the wonderful thing about Black Panther is it lets people who aren't often able to see positive, strong imagery of themselves. See positive, strong imagery of themselves. And it's a shame that you have people that want to knock that down. I mean, you know what? Dude doesn't have to do it. There's more than enough people already doing that. I've heard some folks do it. I know people that I've had to come back and explain to them that, you know what, this character was done in the 60s. I've had people who want to try to equate Black Panther with the Black Panther movement, and I have to explain, no, that's not the case, and all that.
They hear Black Panther and they just run off.
It's enough people who are trying to tear down what it is. Now, I think the movie speaks for itself. One of the highest grossing Marvel movies. Great writing, great directing, and I'm going to say it. You got a Black director. Black cast, you got imagery that is pulled from different authentic African cultures. I mean, wow. And so to hear someone, and I'm always concerned when it's someone who is supposedly very learned. And I say supposedly because, like I said before, no matter how many degrees you have, if you don't have common sense, you're still dumb as a rock. And a lot of times that's what ends up happening is people, I used to say people educate the common sense out of themselves, but I've changed that because I'm a lifelong learner myself. I think that these folks didn't have some common sense to begin with. And that is the problem. And you can be too centric on something that you don't see. You don't see
outside of your cause. You can't see past
and I think that's what this is. And like I said, my issue is you got people that listen to him. Just like Kanye, you got, no matter how small, you got some people that are going to be misled by him. And they're going to take the fun out out of stuff. I mean, I equate that to just, you know, the debate with cosplay. You have people who want to say, well, you can't, a black person can't cosplay a Superman, or a fat dude can't cosplay any superhero. That's not
the intention of
that is
cosplay.
not the case. I mean, enjoy the things.
We're doing this sci-fi stuff, dressing up, movies, comic books, novels, all of this as an escape. Yeah. And when you're trying to bring what we're trying to escape from into it, what good is it?
I mean, I'd rather you stay out of it.
A lot of people can say that about the same thing about, let's say, sports, for instance, because, and I don't want to venture too off because I think we're going to get to that political thing, but people can say same thing when they're watching sports, because when you see somebody kneeling during the national anthem, that's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing that thing you're trying to escape to the game, and it's all entertainment and everything. I think the thing about it is we don't need to take certain things as far as certain imagery in a movie. I don't think there was anything. I didn't see anything degrading in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If there was something totally degrading, I can say, okay, yeah, you're right. I just saw a bunch of strong people, strong minorities, both, Mexican and black people. Strong, and I say minorities, but there's, it's not Africa. There's no minorities, black people in Africa, but I'm just saying people of color that that are getting over a big struggle in their own ways. You know what I'm saying? The Wakandan people are getting over the big struggle of losing, these big fish. Because if you want to be honest with you, you got, King T'Chaka, King T'Challa, and and I forget Angela Bassett's character name in there. They all three of them were lost. You know what I'm saying? So they just didn't lose two; they lost three, and so that whole nation is rattled. Then Namor and his people, his mom died, and the colonizers there was fighting the people. They got over their loss, and he built up a strong community in Atlanta, in Atlantis, and then getting his people stronger. And they're both about their people. The Wakanda people are just opened up to the world, and Namor it was closed off to it, so they were still a little behind. Now I think they're going to open up a little bit now with it. But the thing about it is, it's just like, even in that struggle, like for me, I just saw Shuri, who was getting over all this loss, getting herself together, getting her people together, and donning the mantle, stepping up to the plate, and again with her brilliance, in the first 5 minutes she made a cure for cancer or what. I'm not. They didn't say the name of the disease. I'm just saying cancer because that's what Chadwick had. But she found a cure, within the first 5 minutes of the movie. You know what I'm saying? But it was too late. He had passed.
But in the movie,
huh?
The movie's a tear. Well, I mean, it can be a tearjerker.
But I'm just saying, it showed her brilliance, and I want, like I said, I'm looking at them, I'm like, dang, that's brilliant. And I'm looking like, oh dang, and they got the they butt beat it, they butt beat. And I'm like, well, she did dominate them in the end, because I thought, I'm like, there's no way she's gonna beat them. But but I know that I knew that she was, but I'm just saying, but she defeated him with her brilliance and everything. So I'm like, that stuff should be celebrated. So there was nothing in the movie that happened that was like demeaning or insulting the black people. Get what I'm saying?
And I think the movie was well thought out and well written, because I'm wondering, okay, all the flowers are destroyed. Right. What are they going to do? Back? How they going to get it back?
That actually tied in the culture so well. I mean, that tied in the culture so well. Right. You found the DNA to bring back what Wakanda had lost, right, in a gift from the Atlanteans. Right. And I just want to touch on something right quick too, for folks that may come in on this and say, well, we're being politically incorrect by saying Mexicans, because the movie, because you said we're Latinos or Latinas, but you're saying Mexicans. Well, we're saying Mexicans because in this movie, the Atlanteans were deprived from the Aztec,
Right.
from Mexico.
Right.
So in this aspect, when Los or me or Alvin are saying Mexicans,
Right.
it is the correct terminology.
Exactly, because that's where it derived from. But like I said, everybody, I can't tell anybody what to think, what to love.